Greetings everyone, my name is Buck Business, and welcome to my review of Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 3, XCIV. So we see that Jack is falling downstream in a bloody mess. Now, how he survives after bleeding out as much as he did is a bit of a mystery. But anyways, he ends up going way downstream, and he ends up hiding out in this cave. And after trying to hold out, he sees a blue figure of Jack, which we've seen before, now disfigured, talking about him killing a human. And of course, he's haunted by this, as well as the green figure that we've seen on the horse. Now twice over, both in the first and second episode of this season. So these illusions are still haunting him. And now the Blue Jack is specifically haunting him over killing a human specifically because he hadn't done that before. And it turned out that the wolf actually apparently survived that encounter, even though it didn't seem like it, because the wolf is eventually comes into the cave somehow, and it shows like a passage of time with him and the wolf just slowly getting along and getting used to each other. We also get these flashbacks of Jack as a kid and seeing his father ward off these individuals and sending a message to them, which comes into handy later on in the episode. And we get this sort of back and forth between the flashbacks and the wolf like sleeping with him so that he has something, so he's not cold anymore. And we have this other flashback with his father's warning again in his message. So there's a lot of back and forth, and we see Jack slowly healing up. And after that, we see the 6 daughters of Aku now following the trail, getting closer and closer. So they're following his blood trail, and then they see these 2 deer, or they see this one deer, and they don't know what it is. And they see this other deer that they assume is Aku because of the antlers, but it turned out it was just a buck. But it sort of just goes along with the other deer, and then they head off. The daughters continue to pull out their weapons, getting ready for battle, and as soon as they enter this snow, so this is interesting because we don't know how much time Jack had spent in that cave. So now there is snow, which wasn't there before. So we can assume that Jack was actually there for quite some time. So it's snowing. Jack is in the snow. He does his warning, the same exact warning as his father said before, but the daughters do not heed his warning, and the daughters pay for it significantly. Jack straight up comes out of the snow, just chucks his spear right through one of them, and the daughters just keep trying to attack. He takes out another one with another spear, or the same spear again, I'm not sure, but I don't remember, but anyways, he takes out another one. So now we're down to either 4, and then he takes out another one, which now leaves 3, which is the image you can see to my right. There's 3 of them there. So in the combat, they go back to back, and they act as like they act as 6 arms essentially to attack Jack. and they're fighting back significantly better now that they're doing this. But Jack ends up at a cliff, and then he just pulls down his weapon, almost like giving up, but then he clenches his fist, still ready to fight. And one of the other daughters, the one that was in front with the spear, you can see on the left side there, attacks him first. He pretty much grabs her at one point and throws her off. So I don't know if the distance is gonna get to her, because of what the ending is implying. So she may be alive, but it's highly questionable. But the next one attacks, and Jack straight up punches her, snapping her neck with one punch, and just she falls off as well. So I'm gonna assume that that one was dead, the second one that attacked. And then the last one was the one that saw the daylight in the first episode. I didn't remember her name, unfortunately, but Jack did take off her mask in the process of trying to take her out, and when Jack had her sickle weapon chained around him, he essentially just dropped her, but in the process, I believe her weapon was also around the tree, which is what led it to break. I believe that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming that's what happened. And then they end up falling. They end up both falling down into a lower area, and that's how the episode ends. So quite intense. We see that Jack has now officially taken out at least 3 or 4 of the daughters in this episode. I wasn't expecting them to be taken out this quickly and with that type of precision, especially just right after the previous episode. It's so fascinating to see how quickly he was able to turn the tables on them, and especially use that environment to really gain the advantage and take out as many of them as he did. So that is really interesting. So we will see what the remaining daughters will do. I believe there's either 1 or 2 of them left. So we'll see what they will do, or what one of them will do, whatever the case may be. I would assume that they can't be as relentless as they were, because that really turned on them in this episode. They chose their fate as Jack proclaimed and warned them about. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. Anyways, I really enjoyed this episode. Continuously showing off how to use simplicity to excel at storytelling. I really liked the use of blood in this episode specifically. There's one image that I couldn't find, but it's an image of Jack all bloodied up, and you can see the wolf when he comes in too. He's all bloodied up too at first glance. So that's a really striking image, as simplistic as it is, because everything else is just black. So, again, just visual storytelling at its finest. Samurai Jack just absolutely tearing apart this group. And I don't know how much longer this season will be, but for everything else that will be coming, I am greatly looking forward to it. So if you like this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, farewell, everyone.